Here's a very simplified version of everything you need to do to make sure that you don't take the bulk too far. Stop referring to it as a bulk. You do need to gain a little bit of fat in the process of building muscle, but you don't need to get to the point where you don't like what you see in the mirror. So stop channeling your inner cheat day demon and use bulking as an excuse to eat absolutely everything in sight, and start thinking of it as an intentional building phase instead. Because that's exactly what we're trying to do. We're trying to build your physique over this period of time. And we can run a successful building phase perfectly adequately, slightly above maintenance. We don't need a massive 20% surplus. In fact, for most of you, especially those of you who are fairly experienced lifters at this point, a 5 to 10% surplus is the max you're going to need to ensure that your training performance is in a good place, to ensure that your energy levels are in a good place, but also to make sure that your digestion stays in a good place and you can remain relatively lean as you build, so that you're more likely to see this through in the long run. Because the biggest thing that fucks people's build phases is they go too hard, too fast, gain too much fat, and then they come out of the build phase before they've actually had an ample chance to build muscle. Because that takes a lot longer than all of us would like to admit. And your build phase should probably be a time frame that ends in months, not weeks. Keep your protein around 1.6 to 2 grams per kilogram of body weight, preference dependent. Keep your fats around 0.8 to 1 gram per kilogram of body weight, preference dependent, and then fill up the rest of your calories with carbohydrates. Now, training. You can eat as much food as you want, but if you're training shit, you're not going to be able to build your dream physique. So what does good training look like? It looks like coming to the gym 3 to 5 days per week to lift weights and performing a training split that allows you to hit muscle groups 2 times per week. And when it comes to exercise selection and volume, we're going to be aiming for quality over quantity. Doing 2 to 3 hard sets within 1 to 2 reps shy of failure on 4 to 6 high quality exercises performed really well with adequate rest in between will always trump doing a shit ton of junk volume that you cram into as many exercises as possible with short rest times. Get really strong on your bigger compound movements. This means multi-joint exercises like squat variations, hinge variations, pushes and pulls, and then sprinkle in isolation exercises that allow you to directly attribute volume to the parts of your physique that you want to bring up the most. Creatine is great, but it's not essential. BCAAs are kind of like pouring water on your head when you're in a public pool, especially if you're already hitting an adequate protein intake. Pre-workout is just glorified caffeine that tastes really good. Try not to have it if you train at night. And protein powder is awesome if you struggle to hit your protein intake, but if you can get it from Whole Foods, that would be preferable. If you have any questions about building phases, leave them down in the comments below. If you're new here and you want more training content, drop me a follow, and I'll catch you in the next video.